talking about embracing new. How perfect is it that we're going into this new year? And 2 Corinthians 5:17, it says, the old life is gone, a new life has begun. So there might be something in your life right now that it's time to turn the page on, or even close the book on, and begin to embrace something new in your life right now. I always feel like this time of year, I really start to look at my life and reevaluate and evaluate my year and what I accomplished, and looking in and grateful for all that God's done in my life. And there's so many blessings. We have had so much favor on our lives and situations, and it's such a good time to look at and evaluate what didn't work and what worked, and then look at the new year and see if there's things that need to be changed in your life, and maybe do a new way, embrace a new way of doing whatever it is that you've been doing. Maybe it's time to get rid of something old, something that you've been hanging on to that's just not profiting in your life. It's not productive anymore, and maybe it's time to close that, get rid of that, and embrace something new for your life. So spend a few moments, over the next few days going into this new season, and looking at, what do I need to change? What do I need to maybe adjust, like we talked about last week, change in our life? Or maybe it's something that needs to be completely new, and get rid of that old thing and embrace the new thing. Now, I'm not talking about your spouse. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about a way of doing things. If there's something that you've been doing, you've been stuck in a rut doing it that same way with no results, then maybe it's time to close the book on that and do something brand new. I guess there's some people that just go into the new year and just like repeat what they did last year, but I'm someone that I look at my life and I really evaluate what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And I'm open to embracing new things in my life, and adjusting things if they need to be adjusted. Isaiah 43:19, the Message translation, it says, forget about what's happened. Don't keep going over old history. Be alert, be present. I'm about to do something brand new. Maybe you were in a relationship that ended this year, and it's time to stop rehearsing the whys. Why did that end? Why did this happen? It's time, as the scripture says, to forget about what's happened. That it's time, don't be going over old history, but be alert and be present, because God's about to do something brand new in your life. So whatever happened yesterday, today is a perfect day to embrace the new. Walk into this new year with a new mindset. Maybe things you need to change, then embrace that new place. The devil wants to keep all of us just stuck in a rut, stuck in yesterday, stuck in the old way of doing things. But today is a new day. So I'm encouraging you today to embrace the new thing. It's a new time in our lives. It's a new year. I think it's just so exciting when we turn that, or close the book, and we open the new chapter to a new year. It's like we can just forget about everything that happened last year. Yes, we thank God, rejoice and praise Him for the good things, but we close the book, and now it's like a fresh start on a new year. There might be some things in your life that you want to change. And I know people make New Year's resolutions, and, they say statistically, I forget what the number is, but people don't stick with them after a certain time. If you're a person who goes to the gym, it's often, it's hilarious to go in on January to see all the new people who have joined the gym, but by March, they're not really there anymore. So People set resolutions and goals to embrace a new thing, but they often don't stick with them. So I really encourage you today and over the next few days, if you're going to make a list of those things you want to change in your life, I do it spirit, soul, and body. I look at my spirit, my relationship with God, my time spent with God. I want to always be closer to God. That's always on my list of I want a deeper relationship with God. But be specific about that. So I set goals, spirit, soul, and body. I set them my spiritual life with God. Soulish is I want to be better in my soul, in my mind, my will, and emotions, the way I handle things, the way I react to things. And then my body, of course, I want to be in a better place physically. So I encourage you that you set those goals and be really specific about goals that you're setting for your life. It's really vague to say, I want to lose weight. Well, you need to be specific about how you want to do that, or how much you want to lose, and how you're going to go about doing that. Now, when you make a list, sometimes I think it can be overwhelming because there's all these new things that you want to do. So for me personally, I have my list and I haven't got it completed yet, but I'm going to be working on that the next few days. Writing out what I'm expecting for me in the new year and what I want, and embracing those new things in my life. So I'm going to write my goals. I'm going to be specific, but rather than be overwhelmed with all of that, I really want to focus on like one thing. That's my thing I'm going to focus on. Of course, I'll be working on those other things. I hope that makes sense. I feel like people get overwhelmed when they write this 30 new things in the new year, and then they just get so overwhelmed by it, they just give up on it. So write a few things, spirit, soul, and body related things that you want to embrace in this new year, and then just narrow it down and just start working on that. If there's something you know that you need to adjust in your life, then I encourage you to make this list. Don't look at it as resolutions. I think that word, it's got a bad connotation to it because people often break those resolutions. So look at your life and make a list of some things that you really want new, you want different in your life. You don't like this about your life, or you want to change this about your life, then I encourage you, make that list and embrace the new. Again, Isaiah 43:19, it says, forget about what's happened. Don't keep going over old history. Be alert, be present. I'm about to do something brand new. So see that. Habakkuk 3:3 tells us, let me see where it is, Habakkuk 2:2. It says, write your vision first. It also says, make it plain. There's another translation that says, make it simple. So make it where you can understand it. It's specific, it's realistic. It's not some huge goal that you can never attain, but write it, make it simple, make it plain. These are things that I want to change in my life. I'm embracing the new in my life. Write it, make it simple, make it plain. That also says in Habakkuk 3:3, it talks about there's the vision, or what you're writing down is what you're expecting. That's your vision. That's what you're going after for this year. So when you write it down, it talks about that this is a set time. It's for a future event. So you're writing down in your goals for this new year, you're writing down, you're being specific. They're measurable goals. They're realistic goals. But it's something you're projecting for your future. So when we come together next year at this time, you and I can look at our list and be able to go, yes, I did that. I was specific. I set my goals as a future event and I went after it. I really want to encourage you with that today. Just a few things. If you want to, you can do the list of 50 things. That overwhelms me when I have this long list of things to do. So if I just set a few goals, spirit, soul, and body goals, then it gives me hope for my future and what I'm looking for. So if there's something you've been wanting to do or you need to do but just haven't, then let this time right now be the time that you embrace that new thing in your life. Maybe it's a class you want to take. Maybe it's a gym you want to join. Maybe, I don't know, you want to add on to your house. That's what I want to remodel my kitchen. Whatever it is, set your goals. They're realistic. They're measurable. And then it's what is that? How did it say it in here? A vision message pointing you to what's coming. That's how the message says it. A vision message pointing you to what's coming. Set your goals and have it before you and just take those steps towards those goals. The cool thing about Jesus and God is that his mercy for us is new every single day. Lamentations 3:22-23 says that. So if you get off track, you mess up, it says his mercy for you is new every day. You can just reset and start over. So these goals that you're setting for the new year, if you get off track, you mess up, you don't do what you planned on your paper, don't quit, don't give up, don't say never mind, I didn't do it, I messed up. If you cheat one day when you're trying to eat good and you cheat, it's okay. You messed up. Get right back on track and keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Stick to those goals, but if you get off focus a little bit, don't be hard on yourself. Just come right back, get right back on track and keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because God is so good and his mercy for us, it's forever. His love for us is unfailing. So we tend to be so hard on ourselves when we mess up, but he's not. He just says, I forgive you. I love you. Now get back on track. All right. So I just want to encourage you today, really short one, but I just want to encourage you today to just embrace this new place that you're at. And December 31st, when you step into January 1st, don't just think it was another year and just stick with your same routine of doing life and be in that rut. No, really look at this new year, embrace it, and ask God, what do you have for me this year? What do you want for me this year? What can I be expecting this year? Write that on your list and then just go for it. Amen?